Hi all, so this week I'm reviewing Micheal. So I watched this last night, so it's still fresh in my head, and it is a fantastic film. There are some flaws in the film, but overall it's a great film, and I just want to sort of like just delve into the characters. So you've got a young Michael Jackson at the start of this film, and he plays this role so well, not enough credit has been given to him, I don't think. Jafar Jackson is absolutely fantastic, but the young actor that plays young Michael Jackson, like his acting ability, it makes you want to, you just feel Michael Jackson's pain at such a young age, and he's just such a fantastic actor. And if you didn't have that bit right, then I think the rest of the movie would have failed, because just some of the scenes between him and his dad, it was just powerful. It was really upsetting to watch, because I grew up in the scandal era of like Michael Jackson, when he was going to court, when he had all the allegations against him. I'm personally a pro Michael Jackson. I don't believe they were true. It was obviously different, but I don't believe in any of the Channel 4 documentaries that ever came out. And just watching him grow up, I just thought there was such fantastic, like watching him like not having his childhood, and I just thought he just did such a great role in playing that character, and then it sort of translates into Michael Jackson's when he's basically from the Thriller years and Off the Wall album, and in just a great two characters that work side by side. Jafar Jackson does such a great role playing his uncle, and again he just continues on how like alone he is, and I think that is the thing, that he is so alone. There is like a really powerful scene in there where he's buying all of these toys and games, and he wants to play with his brothers, but his brothers are in different like mindsets. They got girlfriends, and he had no one to play with them. Play with them. And it's just really sad to see, and you can just sort of see how it's going to evolve. Michael Jackson's dad in this, so he is from the Fear of the Walking Dead. In Fear of the Walking Dead, he played this role very similar to, he's just like this cunning type of actor, so that his casted really well, because like, all he wants out of his kids is them to make money, so he has money, so he doesn't have to work, and he works his kids to the bones. And unfortunately Michael's the one that he gets picked on the most. And it is a fantastic film. That there are some scenes in there where you just don't know if Michael Jackson, if it's just Michael Jackson like in a role and it's CG'd, because Jafar Jackson, like when they put the makeup on him, just looked absolutely like a doppelganger. It was just absolutely brilliant. The film is really good. Now I think the flaws in the film is, I just think the film could have been longer, because there are scenes that happened where it was very quickly just added on to the next scene. It does explain things like, his nose surgery, the Pepsi fire and things like that, but they very quickly bounce to the next scene, because obviously the limited amount of time. And I think that they could have easily made this a bigger movie. They could have made this like a 8-part TV series, but it deserved the big screen. What I loved about this the most is that when I went to the cinema last night, there wasn't a empty seat, and it's just fantastic knowing that Michael Jackson, after all these years, he is still like the king of pop, like everything. He's still selling out the cinemas now, and it was just really great to see, because I don't think people will ever appreciate that there is never ever going to be a bigger star than Michael Jackson, and how he just like owned an audience, owned a crowd. He was good at what he did, and I just think that people should be ashamed of themselves, because of like he died at 50, I believe it was, so we lost potentially like 10 years of, could have been like the peak of his life, because we just scared him away between like 30, 35, 40 to 50. Think what he could have done in that time frame, and we will never know now. But this is a fantastic movie. It's very quick, going into the next scene, but the time flies. Like the movie is over 2 hours long, and it just went like that. And I really hope that they do another one for the next chapter of his career. But yeah, watch it. You'll love it. Can be a very dark film, but it's you've got to understand the meaning behind it. So it's a dark film, but with some just how his creativity created the music. So I urge anyone to watch it, and people are. So this is just really my thoughts and opinions. So I hope you enjoyed listening to this, and I'll hopefully do a review video. So thank you.